Good morning, everybody. Good day. We're getting things spun up. We're getting things ready. It's all Fleischer all day long. And we got about 2.5 hours of Fleischer coming your way. Stick around. You know what we're doing. Morning, Mom. Morning, Evie. Party. Dreams. Most annoying name in the world. Football Mama. Football Mama. Billy. Did I say Sherry instead of Cheryl? I don't know. Good morning, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hi. Eileen, welcome. Everybody loves dreams and Wi-Fi's handle. That's just a ubiquitous truity of the world. It's just how things go. Oh my lord. That looks like a Colin raid. Colin raid! Raid! Colin raid! Ladies and gentlemen, we got one more song. This song right here. And we're starting. We're gonna get things going. Oh, that natural sunlight really is harsh. Me for a moment. Oh, it's much better. Better. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Weekend with Wolfie. We got all Fleischer, all day today. 2.5 hours worth of Fleischer, so put on your coffee, get your muffins, get ready. Ladies and gentlemen, some good stuff. I got news for you. Oh, Pitbull Mama. The program I use is called FaceRig. Currently, it is not in production anymore. They changed to a new model. Trying to remember the name of it. Hold on. I'll look it up for you. Animaze by FaceRig. ANIMAZE is the current name of the software that is being produced. I purchased mine way back a long time ago before they stopped making this version of it. The little Wolfie here is available in the new Animaze version. You have to jump through some hoops to get it active. Uh-oh. You know what that song means? That song means the show started. Ladies and gentlemen, once the show started, all bets are off. We got a lot of show to go today. A lot. All right. I'm just looking for controls. There's a chat thing here and all types of stuff, so I get distracted very easily. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with Monday, and we're going to move our way all the way through Friday, as we've done many times before in the past. You can call it Fleischer Couture, you can call it whatever you want. I'm calling it the full Fleischer this Saturday, because it's taking up the whole show. It's 2.5 hours of all good stuff. I've not watched all of it, but I've watched, I can say more than 50% of every clip I've seen, and you know, I chose them all for reasons. I feel like the whole week, the week as a whole kind of tells a story from beginning to end, so I hope you enjoy it with me, and let's go ahead and get it started, shall we?
Acres, come on up, page 1.
That's out of your pocket. I understand you're trying to hold up your pants, but you can hold them up. Just don't keep your hands.
Back are we? Are you on something right now, Mr. Akers?
No, I'm stressed out. I come from I wasn't gonna talk as a show of respect, but I come from like a PTS, like deep kind of breakdown. Sorry.
Mr. Akers, you stand charged with the offense of criminal mischief. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you.
Yes, Judge. Officers were dispatched to Houston Recovery Center in Harris County, Texas, in response to a welfare check. Earlier that day, the defendant had been dropped off at the center and became very angry. The defendant began yelling and throwing his shoes at the staff. The defendant walked into a room and closed the door. While inside, the defendant punched the glass door, shattering it. The defendant was also throwing things around the room and hit his head against the wall and the doors. The defendant also urinated in the corner. The complaining witness estimates the cost to repair the glass door to be $1,000 at the Houston Recovery Center.
I would imagine that he's just not welcome back there. Have you?
I spoke with the recovery center. They said that he's now on a no admission list.
Right.
Mr. Akers, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with you because I'm sending you now for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system and how we're going to proceed forward. Look at me.
I have drugs in my system.
Yeah, it's time to stop. You are so geeked out now on something. What?
Stress. My life is stress. I know I messed up. Like what you see of me is remorse for doing something I know is stupid. And like
I want you to listen to me, and I want you to listen well. I will give you but one opportunity to get off the dope by yourself. If I find that you're using whatever it may be, I'm going to put you in a rehab facility in the jail. I will give you one opportunity to try to get off these demons yourself. But if I find that you continue to use, I'm going to keep you with me. No more dope. I'm sending you now for a drug test. You must take the test and come right back. If you fail to take, look at me. If you fail to take the test, if you fail to come back, I will take away the PR bonds and I'm going to make your bond extremely high. You have to understand, you don't, unless you do, I would imagine that you have no one that's willing to pony up $5,000 to get you out. Am I right? Consider that when you're out there in the free world, because if I put you in jail, even at $1,000 bond, you probably don't have anyone that's going to make it. You're going to sit there. Make wise choices. You get one opportunity. Are we clear? Okay. I want to send him. We'll have him come right back and we'll go from there. And then Can you reach out to the microphone, please? All right. Can you please file the conditions? Well, don't worry, don't even worry about it. 'Cause- So no going back to the Houston Recovery Center, no weapons.
Page 5. Page 5. David, Justin, page 11.
Okay. Justin Davis. Is that you? Mr. Davis, you're charged with indecent exposure. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
The complainant was jogging at White Oak Bayou Park in Harris County, Texas, and the complainant observed the defendant naked and masturbating next to a pool located inside Stewart Park. The complainant could see the defendant's penis, which was an open view of anyone walking on the trail. The officers arrived and observed the defendant sitting near the pool without pants and underwear and continuing to masturbate.
Is he currently registered as a sex offender? Can you see that now?
I can check, Your Honor. Your Honor, we can't find the information at this time. We'd have to make a call to the officer to find that he is registered, but at this time, we don't have that information.
Prior felony failures to register, you know? So what kind of conditions would you think? Michael?
Judge, I don't know the status of the housing of the defendant, but at this time, the state would ask for staying away from public places where children would go, like parks where the defendant was, staying away from schools, parks, public places, anywhere where children may go, is what I would ask.
How old are you, Mr. Davis? You're 41. What do you do for a living? So where do you live?
I live in a tent, my dog,
You live in the where?
in a tent.
He's homeless and lives in a tent.
I know, Judge.
And the problem is that this is not our first indecent exposure. This is not our first failure to register. So I'm going to appoint your lawyer today and I'm going to see where we're going because I don't know what conditions we can put to protect the public from you.
And the issue, Judge, is the underlying registered case is in indecency of a child from 2004, and that's why I'm harping on you staying away from children.
Okay, so we're going to have to do a deep dive on this. So
Yes, Judge.
I'm going to have you sign a receipt of Victoria and then I'm going to take you a seat in the jury box. Don't go anywhere, Mr. Davis, please.
May I approach that?
Yeah, of course. Hey,
Oh, right here, I just wanted to talk to my client about some bond violations.
what is your client's name?
Shirens.
Give me a second. Deputy Anderson, I might need you. Mr. Shirez, come up.
sign for Teresa?
We were in here the other day and you were acting like it's all little bunnies jumping in the woods, all happy-go-lucky, knowing full well that you had a ton of bond violations. You were to have a curfew from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4:30 in the morning, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different violations where you were going out in the middle of the night. Guess what happens? Or do you have any response?
Your Honor, I've spoken to the family. I've spoken to Mr. Chavez. I recommended that he get started with some therapy, you know.
Yeah, I'm going to help you get started with that therapy right now. Guess what happens? Guess. He goes with you. Yeah, we'll get started real quick. We'll talk, I don't know, he'll pop up in tomorrow's docket. We can talk again, but he's out at 4:30 in the morning, 1 in the morning. It's unacceptable. Doesn't get it. So his bond's $100 now. I'll make it a 5,001. You know, if they have issues making it, just let me know. We can talk. But I mean, I can't just let him go, you know? Yeah, okay, thanks.
Thank you.
He is, top of page 8.
Bond hearing will be tomorrow?
No, I'm revoking it and raising it to 5,001.
Okay.
And then, so if they have issues and they're unable to make the bond, we can talk, you know, after tomorrow.
Page 29.
No.
See, Strong? Come on up.
Good morning, Mr. Seastrong. Do you have a lawyer today? Tell me what you're doing about that.
I'm not able to afford one.
Why not? When is the last time you've had a full-time job?
Company went out of business in February. I've been DoorDashing.
So you are working?
What, it's not enough to afford because I got my kids. I don't have enough to afford a lawyer from what I make from DoorDash.
How much money do you make a month?
Probably barely 300, maybe.
How much?
Barely 300.
300 what?
Dollars.
What? A day? A week? You make $300 a month. I don't believe that for a second. How do you eat? How do you survive?
I stay with my wife. My wife.
So your wife works?
Yes.
What does your wife do?
She does assistant at an apartment facility.
How much money does she make a month?
She just started, so I'm really not sure. It's probably been about 3 weeks or so.
Why do the people of Harris County get to pay for a lawyer for you when you don't do anything? How is that fair? Why you get to sit at home, play Xbox? Well, why do the people of Harris County get to pay for your lawyer? How's that fair? You're able-bodied. There's no reason why you shouldn't be working. You need a job.
Yes, sir. I work. I take care of my kids. We just got it.
No, but you're not taking care of your kids. No, kids need food. They need clothes. Not just love. They need physical things as well. And if you're not pulling your weight, then you're not helping your kids. Your wife is helping your kids. What conditions did we put on Mr. Seastrunk, please? I'm sorry if you don't like what I'm telling you, Mr. Seastrunk, but I'm telling you the truth. How old are you? You're 39 and you make $300 a month. That's silly. And it's a shame.
I work for one of our business.
Then find something else.
Have been.
Do you know that there are so many companies out there that are begging for workers that are willing to pay you $15 to $20 an hour for you to work? Amazon, Starbucks. There's so many other places that are begging for workers because they just don't have enough. I'm not gonna, no. I'm making it a condition of your bond now that you get a full-time job. And I'm bringing you back in 2 weeks to see what you have done. But as far as what you get to hang out and do nothing all day, and then I have to pay for your lawyer too? You want a back rub too? No. I will give you an application. I'm going to send it home, and then I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks, and I want to see what you've done to get a job. If you've done nothing, then life's not going to go well. But it's not fair that we all here, I mean, I might as well just give you my wallet now. That's what we're doing.
And Your Honor, I may previously had a condition of no driving because the defendant expressed he had no insurance. So you add include that as well, no driving.
I hope you are not driving, Mr. Seastrunk.
I was able to get insurance from.
You are supposed to get court approval first before you drive, and you signed.
I got insurance a few days after we left from here. You told me not to drive without getting it.
Deputy Anderson, can you get that piece of paper, please? Sorry, guys. It's momentarily. Can you hand that to him? What does that say?
No driving without insurance approval.
Man, don't play Helen Keller. No driving without valid liability insurance and court approval. Do you want to go to jail? Don't drive. All I'm asking you to do is follow the law, Mr. Seastrunk. I don't give out lawyers like it's candy on Halloween, and I expect you to pull your weight. And I don't care if you don't like what I'm telling you, but sometimes in life, someone needs to put you over their knee and tell you this is how things need to go. And you, at 39, need to grow up and pull your weight. Start working. Don't be a bum. Can you give him an application? And we will see you back in 2 weeks. And then can you file conditions, please, that he must get a full-time job, please? That way. Mr. D.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I have a plea on Mr. James Hollahan, I should say, Your Honor. Mr. Hollahan. Just to be transparent with you before the plea, this is the young man that you had tested twice. I believe the last one was today, and I think it was Friday of last week or Thursday, one day last week. He had come back and he tested positive for, I believe, the last time was THC, and he tested today and he tested positive for alcohol and THC.
You want me to let you go?
Yes, sir. I drank NyQuil last night, forgetting about.
You really expect me to believe that, Mr. Houlihan?
Yes, sir. I've also got I got a job now. Working.
And stay sober if you can't not consume alcohol while you're just on bond, you can lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself. It's only a matter of time before you're before us again. Hopefully you haven't wrapped your car around a pole, or more importantly, kill someone else, you know?
Man, sir, I'm
But
working on making changes in my life. I'm still,
like testing positive, right? What changes have you done? Other than I'm gonna,
I've
I
started,
don't want to hear I'm gonna.
I've started seeing the psychiatrist online, working on my mental health.
Mr. D, I don't know. I mean, he tests positive for alcohol today.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I've confirmed it with Rachel. She did test positive for alcohol.
We admonish you when you come here. When I say no alcohol, I mean no alcohol from any source. I'd say to every single person that walks through our double doors over there. So for you to tell me it's NyQuil, you know you're not supposed to, because I advise you of that very fact, not to use anything that has alcohol in it. I can't just. I know you want to plead guilty, and I probably would have accepted this had you tested negative, but you're testing for alcohol on the day of court. That means that you must have very, very recently consumed alcohol. And if I accept this plea today, I am sending you out into the world, and I'm setting you up for failure. That's all it does. And that's the exact opposite of what we try to do here. Believe it or not, I want to help every single person that comes here. And if that means taking you into custody, that's what I'm going to do. I mean, I'm sorry, but you're on bond for this case. You're testing positive for alcohol. It goes with you. Mr. D, we'll talk, okay? We'll figure, Mr. Houlihan, I mean, I'm not gonna throw the keys away, but we gotta figure something out. And this is just not, it serves no one. Okay, thank you. It goes with you.
I gave him that process last time.
Just bear with me, ma'am. Let me talk to the lawyers, and then I'll bring you up and we can talk, okay? Give me a bit. Mr. D.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. Your Honor, I am here on Mr. Timothy Akers. It's my understanding that the court may want to impose some conditions.
Come up, Mr. Akers.
Judge, Ms. Rachel.
Phosphorus or THC amphetamines, ecstasy.
Shocking. It stops today. You will be required to come here every Monday and Thursday to take a drug and alcohol test. The next time you test positive for meth, ecstasy, what else? Amphetamines, phencyclidine, whatever it is, you're going to stay with me, and I will put you in a rehab facility myself. Do you understand? I'm giving you the opportunity to stop using drugs now on your own. If you're incapable of doing it on your own, then you will be doing it with me. So you need to do whatever you can to stop using dope. Are you high right now?
I don't freak out, but
What do you do for a living, Mr. Akers?
Social Security disability.
How do you really get money?
Social Security disability.
How are you gonna stop using?
I have, I'm a simple person. You know, I understand the gravity here is like, it's not,
And I'm having a competent examination prepared for him. He's informed me that he has mental issues, that he's been institutionalized.
It's
at
all,
various-
Mr. D, it's all because of one reason. Tell you now, if you continue to use the dope, you have little synapses in your brain, right? Do you know what a synapse is? Okay, you have these little wires in your brain. And if you continue to use dope, those wires, instead of the electrodes, they're gonna jumble, they're gonna get all crazy and just,
they fill up and they overflow. You know, they can't receive. They can't receive. I'm
if you
familiar with it.
continue to use dope, you're going to start having psychosis, paranoia, and it only leads and ends up worse. You need to stop now before you hit the point of no return. Do you understand?
Sure.
Do you have any health insurance?
Check it. My food status, like I give this one. Yeah.
Where you live now? Who do you have in your life?
I have in my life.
Who do you have in your life? Okay, you haven't found Jesus yet, so who else do you have in your life? Who?
That's it. That's it, man. I got Jesus. Man.
How old are you?
I'm 40. Getting ready to be 41.
You're 41. Where's mom and dad?
They died over a decade ago.
Who else do you have in your life that can help you out?
Me. I come here to try to figure things out because things weren't going well. In Missouri, I didn't have nothing there. I came here. It's been over a year. I've had a lot of things stolen from me, so it's been really hard to try to reboot. And it's just like it's bad times. So like, I don't know what else to do. I mean, I understand the gravity of the situation. I really wish I had not done that, but like.
That's talk about the fact of the case.
All right,
Mr. Akers, how do we go forward? How on earth are you going to be able to stop without me having to put you in jail?
I have the ability to. I'm not that addicted. I mean, it's a matter of I see that.
When is the last time that you've not used?
Honestly, it's more of a current issue. I haven't. I never was. It never was a drug of choice. So like, sort of reason. So like, and it's not going to be a trouble. That big of an issue, though. I mean,
Are you tired of feeling like this?
how do you feel like this? I don't understand how to phrase the question. I just what I want is try to finish this, move on from here, because like I'm in. I just got to a place, find a place that has showers for homeless, and I had to go get an address. I have things that I've had trouble with the homeless that give help because when I go, because I have the social security check. They people find me.
Trying to go. I'm gonna try to find you a place where you can crash.
I'd rather not. Can I just? Can you give me the week? I mean,
Gotta get off these streets.
been doing your things your way, and it's not been going well. And if you don't realize that, then I'm here to tell you that. You don't look good. You're not acting well. And it looks like you're either high right now or you're coming down. And I'm telling you that you're slowly killing yourself. And I'm seeing you deteriorate in my eyes. And in the last year and a half that you and I have known each other, you were deteriorating. The last time you were here, you had more teeth than you do now.
It's been on for a long time.
What's going to happen in a year?
Like, things have not.
So listen. It stops now.
Sir?
No more dope. I will see you here on Thursday for you to take another drug test. And you will test every week with me. The next time you test positive, I'm going to keep you. So I'm giving you the opportunity to stop on your own. If you fail me, then you will stay with me. Do you understand? I'm giving you a heads up that you're slowly, not slowly, but you're going like this. And it's not it needs to stop. Okay?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
See you Thursday. I will give you resources if you want them. But try to use them so you're not on the street anymore. So we'll give you resources.
Thank you, Judge. You can have a seat, sir.
I have some more information on Mr. Waters. So his mother passed last year from cardiac arrest while he was in custody for one of these thefts. He didn't find out until he got out. He actually didn't volunteer that information. I just brought up his mom because I was trying to figure out where he was going to stay. And that's when he told me that, and he became very withdrawn for a second. So I could tell that's something that obviously has affected him a lot. As far as where he's staying, when he gets out, he is going to stay at an apartment complex in Sunnyside with his girlfriend. He has no other family. He doesn't have any siblings that he talks to. And he is working with, actually, he has a housing manager whose number he gave me, who I called, who actually picked up the phone. He sent me over his business card. It's Rashad Washington over at Search. They had an appointment today. His girlfriend did show up to their appointment this morning. And so they're helping them get housing, but they have been working with Mr. Rashad, not Rashad, my client. Mr. Rashad has been working with my client and his girlfriend to get them housing for some time. And that process continues because she was able to make the appointment today. As far as his theft cases, so most of them were last year. And there's like one in 2022.
You see what I mean? That they're like,
Yeah, they're clustered together. So a lot of them were in February and they're all the same. They're all essentials. In February, there's thermals, looks like he got cold. So he had sweatshirts, thermals. In every theft, there's underwear and socks.
Where's it from? Where's he going?
All Target.
All of them are Target.
The very last one was Forever 21, but it was blue jeans and a t-shirt.
Ah, moving up. Forever 21.
That's moving, I mean, that's cheap clothes.
Now you want to go with style.
Those are cheaper. So, but they were blue jeans and a t-shirt. And then the Target was all essentials, a backpack, a beanie, and it changes with the seasons. You can tell as the seasons change, he needed different things.
He's going to help himself.
Yeah, so.
Yes, ma'am.
She doesn't have the house though, does she yet?
No, they're helping them, but they do have an apartment on their own. She pays the rent.
Your Honor, we're seeing that not only in the most recent, again, with the vapes, but also it appears in a previous theft, he stole electronic devices. If I can find it. It says, one moment, Your Honor, I apologize.
Shudder to think the times that he's not been, because imagine 13 times he's been busted, right? How many times has he not?
Yeah, it looks like they knew him towards the newest ones from Target. They knew exactly who he was when he
As
walked
soon
in
as he
the
walks
store.
in, everybody must know who he is.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah, that's.
He's going to the same one.
Mhm.
Yes, it appears that Target, and like council mentioned, there are a lot of clothing, but there is an incident at where it says, let me pull it through. It appears in July of 2023. Items stolen by the defendant include a Belkin USB DC car charger, a JLab Go Bluetooth earbud, and as well as a MyCharge portable power bank, in addition to the clothing as well. So he's not just stealing essentials.
Yeah, he wants to listen to music, right?
And then one of them, I think it was like stationary, like stuff to write with. So it's like things that he looks like he needs because he's doing either trying to keep himself warm or live or have clean underwear, or it looks like maybe somebody told him, hey, fill out this application or mail this letter or whatever. And he got those items for that. But I would still consider those necessities, the stationary, maybe not so much electronics.
I don't know, chilling.
It's been a while, Judge, like he said. And again, this theft, he didn't take anything, even if he allegedly is a co-defendant, he's not the one who did anything. He's just, allegedly, he's just there. And this is that area, Judge, over by Louisiana Fried Chicken, by that old Greyhound station. So it's just kind of high stress for law enforcement. They just come in and they see people and they round them up. So it's not somewhere he should be, but you know. He's not accused of selling drugs. He's not accused of doing anything else. He's just there.
And I know what their position is. Have you spoken to girlfriend?
I haven't spoken to her. I called the housing manager today, who did meet with her today. So she does exist and she's still trying to get that
Do
house.
this. When he has a 100% house to go to and he's not on the street, then I'll give him an ankle monitor. But I want to know that I'm not, and I don't want to take his word for it, that they actually have an actual house. If they know definitively that there's a house that he can go to, he has a place to go to, so he's not roaming and just up to no good, then I will. But on the condition that, number one, he's not out in the middle of the night. Number two, he's not using anything. Number three, actively searching for a job, because I want him to work. He's got to get a job. And at the minimum, I want him to go to that Fresh Start Fair beginning of November, so we can try to get him a job.
Okay.
So find out 100% that he has a place to go to.
I have the address. He does have a place to go to right now.
You have girlfriend's number?
Yeah, I do.
The number. Oh, don't say it out loud.
Yeah, I was gonna show you. Try to
Yeah,
look for it.
come on. Oh. Do you know the long distance code?
It should be under.
Where'd she go? Quick with him, and then
November 4th.
this, and then just that number. Houston is last name.
Hi, you've reached 125.
I don't know. Until I know that he has a place, then I will.
Okay.
So just keep me in the loop. Hi, Jillian.
I'll return. I have another court to go to. If she calls me.
Thanks. Stephen, ready? Ready? Come on. Mr. Davis, come up.
So Judge, just an update on what I found through my research. It looks like the underlying conviction that the defendant has that requires him to register as a sex offender is called an attempted indecent liberties with a child case, and it's out of Kansas. When you look at chapter 62, which are the requirements for who needs to register and how, there's a definition in subsection 10 for what's called an extra jurisdictional registrant, which just means someone that's out of state that's been convicted. And the rule states that they just have to follow the out-of-state reporting standards. When I looked at the Kansas reporting standards, there's 3 requirements for sex offender registrations. It's 15 years, 25 years, or life. So because of this conviction, he has to at least register. The least amount is 15 years. Since it was from 2004, that means he's actively non-reporting and committing a state jail felony. By not actively reporting, which
Well, I think it is, isn't it?
It would end in 2019, I think, correct? If it's.
So what?
So then you're correct, Judge, it is a 3rd degree.
So failure to register as a sex offender is a 3rd degree, number
Yes,
1.
Judge.
I thought.
Yes, Judge, you're correct.
Is he required to register as a sex offender?
So that's the issue. So if it was from 2004 and then 15 years after that, my understanding from him is that his duty to register ended in 2019. So I don't know. Did you say it was 04?
Somewhere, right?
Right.
I mean,
Right.
if he's been here, we have here as far back as 2009, there's an assault of a family member. We have failure to register as a sex offender 2 times in 09 and then in 11. So at a minimum, if he's registered at least 1 time, he should be in the sex offender registry. All that information should be in the registry as far as what his information is about. So if I pull up the registry now, which I'm going to try to.
I looked it up, Judge. I don't see his name anywhere. I don't see it at all when I look up his name.
And I believe it may be because this 15-year period ended. If the conviction was 04, then I think so 2019 would have been the ending point for that 15 years, which is what he's told me that 2019 was the end of the reporting requirement.
You have to understand, Mr. Davis, that I'm going to do everything in my power to protect every single person of Harris County. If you're supposed to register as a sex offender and you're not, I'm not giving you a PR bond because it shows me that you are willfully not following the law. And I have the right to find your bond insufficient to revoke it and raise it up. Now, I'm not going to go crazy, but I want to protect my public. And you're out there allegedly you've got this new indecent exposure. I see that you're a registered sex offender and that you potentially need to be, and you're committing felonies every single day that you're not registered. Now, if you can show me somehow that you're not supposed to register, then okay.
Judge, he had shown me something on his phone that had like the ending date. So I can check and see if that's something I can provide.
I got to understand, I'm not going to take your word for it. I got to see some kind of proof. We have 2 failure to register as a sex offender, so he got punished for those. When he got out and when he completed the punishment, did he never go and register again? I mean, I got to imagine that the day you complete your sentence, you got to go register.
Well, they can't force you to, Judge. It's on you as the defendant to go do your registration.
From 2011, no one has gone after to see if he's just.
When we called them, they said they haven't heard from him. Morgan, when was the date? The certification officers that are assigned to this defendant. I believe their name's Officer Cooper, that he's supposed to follow.
Spoke to them?
I spoke to Ms. Cooper. She's with the organization that, like, I guess they come to. So he is on her list of people that's supposed to be reporting.
So he is supposed to report.
She told me that he has not checked in since May of 2019, and I asked her if he's supposed to be checking in, and she said he's registered as homeless, he's supposed to check in every 30 days. And when I called back to speak to her about charges being filed, she transferred me to the compliance office.
And then what?
Filing a new charge for failure to register. So I'm not sure about the requirements of the reporting period, but they didn't mention anything to me about him not being supposed to register, if that makes sense.
Do you have her phone?
Sorry?
Do you have her phone number now?
Yes, I have the phone number for the actual office, and then I had to ask for Ms. Cooper. So if you'd like, I can ask for her phone number directly and call her back.
I mean, because I have to imagine that if he wasn't supposed to register, if he had no duty, then she would have told you, no, he doesn't have a duty, he doesn't have to register. But you're telling me she told you that he was supposed to register and he hasn't been since 2019.
That is what she told me.
Yeah, it's unacceptable. I mean, and because he's homeless, I don't find that I can protect the public because.
But Judge, the last thing we're trying to do at this point is trying to figure out what the reporting requirement is for the specific offense, because the larger offense.
Concern is, are you supposed to report or not? And if you are and you're not reporting, I have a problem with it, right?
So I'm looking at that, it's offenderradar.com is kind of where he was looking it up, but I don't know. There's thinking it's a state registry, it had the ending date of registration within 2019.
What is offenderradar.com?
I'm not sure, it was just what he was.
That's what I got here.
It says it's pulled from the Texas registry though. I don't know if I'm able to find that link. Texas registry.
Here, do you want to send that to him? To what that says is that the registration ending date was in 2019. But regardless though, from 2011 to 2019, he still hasn't registered at all. I don't know.
Either way, Judge, the big issue here is there's all these sexually related offenses, and now he's doing it again in a public park where there's people congregated, families, children.
I get it.
Yeah.
Would you please call back and see, was he supposed to register or not? Would you please? And then, yeah. Mr. Davis, take a seat from the jury box, please. Josh, what say you? Oh, any luck?
I think that everyone might be on their lunch break right now.
Of course. Everybody in their normal right minds is at lunch right now.
So I think the issue, Judge, is what you were saying is that I don't know if it tolls, because it doesn't seem logical to me that you can just fail to report for years.
Right.
And then, yeah, I get you can get slapped with a felony charge, but it seems like
it's not logical where you can just evade, right? Not register, and then the time lapses, and then, okay, everybody's just like.
Because there's been large stints of time where this defendant has not reported. He was verified in
I don't know if
2019.
that's true though. Because if it's a 15-year, I think the issue is we don't know if we had a 15-year or a 25-year.
No, but even then, I'm looking at because every time you report, you take a mug, you take a photo.
Right.
So I'm looking at multiple large stints of time where he did not report.
But the conviction was from 04, right?
Yeah, from 04.
I've seen where I've looked at certain people and it'll say lifetime registry, or it'll say how long they have to register. How come it doesn't say that?
I think because this is an out-of-state conviction, Judge, all we have is the code. We just have to follow the code, which says you just got to check their requirements. And we looked at the requirements. We're thinking it's a 15, 25. We're thinking 25. We're thinking it's a 25 based off of what the Kansas statute is saying. Because it's
25 from the time of conviction.
From the time of conviction.
And this here, the conviction was
2004.
Which if it's showing that projected end date is 2019, it would make sense if it's 15, that 15-year period, it would have finished in 2019, I guess.
Correct.
Which is what he's saying, hey, they told me I'm done in 2019, 15 years after my conviction. And so that's why I haven't reported since then. And then I guess we just have to confirm it that obligation terminated.
Josh, the only thing I do know is that I don't want him to be a transient. Because I want to know where he is at all times, just like we would do to every single other person. Come up, Mr. Davis.
Social worker today to see what we can do about confirming housing.
You know, on the, how old are you? How old? 41. You know, on the sex offender registry, we can look at your picture and we can see what you look like from the time that you started your stint in the criminal justice system to how you look now. Holy moly. That's like one of the things you see on websites with like, if you do dope, this is what you're gonna, I mean, it's just incredible the way that the streets have taken over your life and the way that you are. It's really, really sad. And you know, I feel for you at one point. I really do. But at the same time, it's of your own making. And you gotta ask yourself why. Why would someone do this? Why? The only thing I do know is that I want my streets safe at all costs. And I'm going to do everything in my power to protect it. You know, and while you're transient, while you're out roaming, we can't put our hands on you. We have no idea where you're going. We have no idea what you're doing. So how am I supposed to monitor you while you're transient? I don't want you to be transient. I want you to have a home base. So I know if I need to find you, I know where you are. And that other people, specifically children, are protected. How do we do this?
There's, he has access to a place where he can charge things, I know, so I don't know if he might be able to do a GPS monitor.
How are you going to charge it? How are you going to, you need a home base.
That's on the library.
That's not a home base. But with what you're charged with, it scares me. And your history even more so scares me. I don't know what to do. I really don't. I mean, because I don't like to put people in jail, but I got to know that my streets are safe. And if I can't monitor you, then I can't have you out on bond.
Just give us an opportunity to connect with a social worker to see.
Of course, take your time. I mean, it's already 1 o'clock. We got to kind of hurry, but you know, I'm just
be able to roll to tomorrow.
Yeah, but I'm going to keep him because I'm not letting him go while he's transient. I'm not going to do it, Mr. I mean,
I have a dog to take care of.
You what?
Nobody to take care of her.
You have a what?
I have a dog.
You're taking care of the dog now?
Right now. Nobody. I had nobody to take care of her. I'm because when I got out, I've been taking care of her for the last 7 days when I got out of jail. I have nobody.
Just got a dog in 7 days.
No, I've had her for 2 years.
I don't know what to tell you, but
And I can't give her, they just really don't want to leave her by herself at my campsite for 1 or 2
oh,
days.
but there are other people at the campsite, right?
No, just me. That's it. Just me and her. That's it.
You're going to leave a dog tied up in a campsite?
I leave her when I go places to charge, yes. She has a habit of biting people.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm taking him now. We can roll it to tomorrow, see what you can do. But while you're transient, it's not going to happen because I can't monitor you. And that's what I want to do. So what I'm going to do is we'll find you a place for tomorrow so we can find you a home and a place to stay. And then I'm going to put a monitor on your ankle so I know where you are at all times. But until I know that you have a home base, no, you know, I don't feel that the streets are protected, especially know that you might be, you know, you have to potentially register as a sex offender. You've not been doing it for quite a while. I don't know this. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do a lot of work while you're here. Number one, if you guys can reach out to the registry, see if he's still supposed to register. If so, for how long? Has it expired? And then let's regroup tomorrow. And then, I mean, I'm gonna set your bond at $1,000, so I'm not, but I just find it wholly insufficient with too many variables and I can't track you. As soon as you get out of here, you're off and we'll never find you. And that's not what I want. You literally spiraled and you at 41, you look like you're 71 when life shouldn't be like this. If you can really, I mean, who do you have in your life? Why?
Most of my family just don't, nothing to do with me.
Why?
I don't know.
Do you think they would?
Because my mom, she's really incapable of taking care.
Say it again?
My mom, but she's on disability. She really can't take care and help me out. And my father, he's in Amby home. I mean, really don't have that capability.
If we reach out to your mom, where's your mom now?
She's in Oakley, Kansas.
In Kansas. Where's dad? In
Kansas.
same in Kansas as well. If you reached out to them, do you think that they'd talk to you?
I do talk to my mom on a daily basis. I talk to her every day, but she just don't have the money to help me out, to take care.
We're gonna work on that for you. We're gonna try to find you some stable housing. We're gonna try to find you something to help
I've
you.
been trying to look at people and it's getting denied every time I try to find, even try to get housing from through Star of Hope, through other places.
We have resources for you to help you. Now that you're with us, we'll do everything. But I mean, believe it or not, I want to help you, Mr. Davis.
I've been out here too long.
Huh?
I've been way out here too long. I've been out here homeless for way too long.
Okay. You either gonna go back or you're gonna take our help and we're gonna get you out of this rut, one way or the other. But what you're doing now is not working, especially in light that you're picking up these charges. Okay? All right, so let's regroup tomorrow. He goes with you. Thanks.
What's the new bond amount?
Just 1,000. Or you know what, just make it, what's it at now? 100? Just make it 250.
250?
Yeah.
My stuff's right there.
All right, page 2, Cambrick, Deshawn. Page 2, Cambrick.
Yes, sir.
Again? Again?
Again.
There are some people that I see over and over and over and over. Miss Cambrick. Since 1999. Deadly conduct, 99. Failure to stop and render aid. 2002, failure to identify as a fugitive from justice. Now let's get into 2000. 2004, theft. 2004, theft. 2005, felony theft. 2005, theft. 2005, theft. 2006, theft from a person, felony theft from a person. Possession of a controlled substance, 2007, possession of a controlled substance, 2007, and 2008, theft. 2009, possession of a controlled substance, 2010, possession of a controlled substance, possession of a controlled substance, possession of a controlled substance. 2012, theft, assault, theft. 16, 17, 18. Now, 2019, theft, 2020, theft, 2021, theft, 2021, theft, 2021, criminal trespass. 2021 theft, 2022 theft, 2022 criminal trespass, 2022 theft, 22 theft, 22 theft, 24 theft, 23 theft, 23 theft, and now another. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Yes, Judge. On August 29th, 2024, officers responded to a theft of business at a Walmart in Harris County, Texas. Officers made contact with the complainant, the loss prevention associate, who stated on August 28th, he contacted officers about a shoplifting, but no officer responded to take the report at that time. The complainant showed the officer the surveillance video, and the officer observed the defendant select a blue tote, walk towards the automotive section, look around to see if anyone was observing her actions, and select multiple Benzoyl motor oil cords off the shelf and conceal them in the tote. The defendant was then observed walking towards the health and beauty section and exiting through an emergency fire door without attempt to pay for the tote or the concealed oil.
How much the value?
Let me check the OR, Your Honor. It's not in the DIMS.
And I'm guessing because they know it's going to be reduced to a misdemeanor, they just now file it as misdemeanors, Michael, instead of a felony?
I'm sorry, what's the question, Judge?
Do they hence assume intake that it's going to be reduced to a misdemeanor as to why they filed it as a misdemeanor?
You know what, Judge, this has been happening a lot and I'm not sure why. I think honestly, a lot of it is negligence into not looking at what their criminal history is before they file the charge. Quite honestly, because I see it a lot and I don't think there's any policy for it.
And Your Honor, total is $98.
Amber, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system, and you're to come right back, and then we will discuss where we go from here. I'm going to put a GPS monitor on you, and I'm forbidding you from going to any store that you have a prior contact with in the theft case. Do you understand? And if I find that you have any contact with any of these stores, I'm going to make your bond so high, your teeth are going to fall out. Do you understand?
Sir.
Catch and release days are over. No more catch and release. We are going to get to the bottom of why this continues to happen. And if that means some kind of treatment facility with a dual diagnosis residential program, then hey, but now you're working what? 30 thefts? Stops today. First things first, I'm sending you for a drug test. You must come right back. And if you fail to come back, if you fail to take the drug test, your bond will hit the skyline. You understand? We need to do a deep dive, Alex, into every single store that theft, that all those thefts come from. And just, I mean,
Foster?
I know, if we can just forbid from going to any and all retail stores in Harris County, I mean, just.
Yes, Judge, if you would like, we can create a list.
Yeah, I'd like to do a dive into every single theft she's done and.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, have a seat in the dirty box store. Going right that way. Go have a seat over there.
Foster?
You're Tristan Foster.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Foster, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On October 1st, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop for a vehicle with no front license plate in Harris County, Texas. The officers made contact with the defendant, the driver of the vehicle, and observed an odor of marijuana. A search was conducted and officers observed a black plastic bag under the front passenger seat containing marijuana and drug paraphernalia, such as a weight scale, a bong pipe, and multiple small bags. The officers also found marijuana grinder in the trunk of the vehicle. Marijuana was identified based on training experience and had a weight of 65.9 grams.
Mr. Foster, I'm gonna find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
Upon the traffic stop, I found out that it was suspended.
I want to impart something to you, that I am making it a bond condition for you now, that you're not to drive any vehicle for any reason. I don't care what your reason is. If I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. I don't care if there's a burning building or Mother Teresa needs to go to church. You get into a car and drive, there's going to be HE double hockey sticks to pay. Do you understand? What do you do for a living, Mr. Foster?
Sir,
What do you do for a living?
I do for a living, landscaping.
We're going to reset your case, give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. After that,
Can I file out for an attorney from the state?
why?
So I don't have money for a lawyer.
How do you know? How do you know?
Well, it's not my first time, dealing with lawyers, and I just don't have that kind of money right now.
2018, unlawful carrying of a weapon. 2019, criminal mischief. 2018, assault of a family member. 2019, assault of a family member. 2021, criminal trespass. 2022, unlawful carrying of a weapon. 22, felony possession of marijuana. And now you've gotten another possession of marijuana. In all of those cases, how many times have you gotten a court-appointed lawyer?
So,
Yeah, right. I want you now to go looking, and I want you to get a full-time job. And I am now making that a condition of your bond as well. The days of you sitting at Xbox, playing Xbox all day, smoking dope all day, doing nothing are over. I am making it a condition of your bond that you get a full. You've got that smirk on you, and I'm going to tell you now, it's not going to go well if you try to play with me. Do you understand?
I don't need to go spend my money when I'm taking care of my family to get a lawyer on a case that, you know what I mean?
No. I want you to go start looking for lawyers.
Okay.
And I want you to start Googling Harris County lawyers. There's a gajillion and one of them, Mr. Foster.
Yeah, they calling my line, they sending paper through the mail, y'all know.
Good. Start calling those and finding one you can afford.
Okay.
You pick up a new case, you start driving. I'm telling you now, I'm going to revoke your bond and I'll make it sky high. Do you understand?
I understand.
I'll tell you this though, Mr. Foster, you look like you have a lot of arrogance to you. If you put that arrogance into working really hard, holy moly, you could command the entire world. I know people who started as a freaking dishwasher at Chick-fil-A and they worked their ass off. Now owns two of them making 400 GER a year. That's hundreds of thousands every month that he's raking in because he put his chutzpah into working and his heart into working his ass off. And now, dude, he's killing it. And people thought he was a joke working at Chick-fil-A. And dude's he's the American dream. That's what it's about. Not this, not what you're trying to sell. Don't. Put your heart, soul into it. You can do anything. That's what makes this place so great.
This way, sir.
So is that pre-trial bond conditions?
No, we'll have him sign the no driving affidavit. Hey, Don Lee, you ready?
Sir.
Mr. Kozlowski. Mr. Kozlowski.
Come up, Mr. Kozlowski. You're doing so well. Oh, no, I screwed up. We test positive for.
It's from a Sunday night I drank.
Stop. Stop. I mean, what am I supposed to do? You're staying with me? I gotta take you in now. No means no. You know, either you don't care about conditions or you have a problem, but no means no. If I let you go, that means that I'm telling you it's okay. Just like Mr. Galvan over there, you know, we have court orders for a reason. When you don't comply with them, there's only one result that happens. It goes with you. All right. So Don Lee. It's with a K, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm really happy it's not cocaine because that's what I thought it was going to be when they told me that he tested positive. That's what I was. So the bond's at 5,000 now. I mean, I'll just do 6,001. I'm not gonna, you know, we'll see what if he bonds out. If not, then we can talk. But I mean, we're not out for blood. So if he's not, if he's unable to bond out, then we can talk about something in a couple of days. What about it?
I think he's gonna work with these testings. He's just missing, he's asked to be there like 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. Finally got a good job.
What's he doing?
He did. I want to say.
I don't think so.
He's clean.
Don Lee, will you talk to him, see what he's doing, and then let's see what we can do.
Yeah, I'm
But
afraid that that's all right. Because he really is on track.
okay, find out what he's doing, then let me know, will you, please?
Mr. Cody Fritter, so he was not sent today to get tested because the conditions were amended.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Okay.
It was Monday and Friday, Monday and Thursday, right?
Tuesday, Thursday.
Oh,
Well, but it looks like on,
it's supposed to be Monday, Thursdays, because that's what we always do.
right, on 10/3, they were changed to no drug testing at all. So I wasn't here today, so I don't know.
Okay, I don't know, maybe I misspoke and said Tuesday instead of Monday.
Double check with Abel.
It's probably, it's my fault. It's my fault.
Let's blame Abel.
Shush. It's my
I
fault.
said Tuesday, Thursday.
It's not his fault.
We have you on YouTube.
Come up.
Because what I'm saying is the conditions say nothing about drug testing. Text.
Do me a favor, Mr. Fritter, can you please have a seat real quick? Can we go ahead and knock out this one?
Hey, just give me a second. Let me. Morning, Mr. Campbell. How's jail?
Not very good.
Good. That makes me happy. You know, what I find at least, the worse of an experience you have, the higher likelihood you have of actually, when you get out into the free world, of thinking about consequence, because that's what we want everybody to do. Think before you act, think before you speak, because you never know when it's your last time. All I know now is that you're wanted out of another state. You're wanted out of the state of Arizona, specifically Maricopa County, for manslaughter, 2 counts of aggravated assault and endangerment. Day,
Yes, Judge.
tell me about Mr.
That's all I have so far. I do show a Georgia State ID, which I didn't see at first, but I don't see any history. Originally, I believe this is only offense, but because of the severity of the offense and with the warrant stating that while there is $150,000 bond, is that they're requesting no bond until he's in front of a magistrate within their state. And so because of the severity of the offense and the risk of flight, is that state requests no bond for this defendant.
Is this a 2B?
This is UB, Judge. It was issued out on September 25th, 2024.
Okay. And the bond over there is at 150,000.
150, but they will not permit it to be honored until he goes in front of a magistrate within their court.
Okay. Do you know what the manslaughter is about?
No, I don't have the probable cause affidavit, but if you're looking for specifics, I can request it from their DA's office, but I don't have it at this time. I just know that the charges are valid.
Do you have anything that you'd like to add?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Campbell actually hired an attorney, is known about the investigation, so this was not an instance where he's trying to run. The attorney told him they could take a family vacation, so he was arrested at a connecting flight in Houston with his wife and 3 children, so he wasn't trying to run, he was going on a family vacation, his attorney there told him.
We were
"Hey,"
on the way to
to the family, he doesn't live in Houston.
be going.
So essentially, he gets arrested in the connecting flight process. He's not from Houston. He is ready, willing, and able to go back to Arizona. He's got his attorney set up there. If he gets out, it's not like he's legitimately gonna stay at a hotel and then the next day get on like a bus, because we talked about the flight problem. And he has a vested interest going back. He's 41 years old. I think he has a license case from like 15 years ago, nothing else. Wife, 3 kids in Arizona. He's got 2 prior children in Georgia, but he has like a family life and a business in Arizona, lives there. So he absolutely wants to get back to Arizona. And with that in mind, we would be requesting a bond here so that he can just go back and turn himself in.
No, Mr. Campbell, I really value my city, and I want to protect everybody I can for as long as I can, because the last thing I want is more death, more destruction. And you're wanted for something where there's a dead body.
Oh, sorry, Judge. It just pulled up just now. So Trey is correct. There was a suspended license, but he also had a prior hit and run and failure to stop and return to scene, which seems aligned with the manslaughter and 2 accidents with the vehicle and the
Is that
driver.
with this case or another
No,
case?
sorry, Judge. This is back in Georgia. So after the license suspension, there are 2 cycles. Hit and run, failure to return to scene. There's also DWI back in 2014.
Wow. Continues to happen.
I don't know what happened to that one though. It just.
You want me to set you a bond? Really?
I had to run the state ID. It
Can I
wouldn't pop up
speak?
on the other side.
Yes, absolutely.
Sir, those cases were like thrown out. I didn't, whatever he has there, the DWI thing, I never had a DUI. And with the hit and run business, that wasn't it.
How do I know that? Am I supposed to take your word
For
for it?
that, for that thing, my car was stolen, sir, and then they assumed that, it's like how here they're assuming that I'm trying to run from.
No. No one's assuming that you're running. No one's assuming that you're running. All we know is that you are wanted out of Arizona, where there's 2 aggravated assaults and there's a manslaughter, so there's a dead body, right? And you also have priors out of another state where there's alleged DWIs and you running from the scene. So my problem is that I have no idea what the circumstances of the manslaughter are. How do I know you didn't shoot someone? How do I know you didn't run someone over in a car at a parade? And so it would be really just dangerous for me to really give you a bond and just let you go when I don't know how dangerous you are. Do you know what I mean? That's just, it's logic. As much as I'd like to get you back to Arizona as quick as possible, Mr. Campbell, you scare me. How soon can we get Arizona to come pick him up?
I don't know, Your Honor. I mean, well, for him, because he originally waived the magistrate, I know they've already.
He's waived.
Yes, I believe he waived 2 days ago when he went to.
Great.
Yes, so I believe the notice was already sent out.
Typically, the way it works is once you waive, we give that jurisdiction 2 weeks to come get you. Now, sometimes there are circumstances that they might want extension for a day or 2 at the max 3. But by and large, they're pretty good at getting that jurisdiction to come get you within the next 2 weeks. And then we give you a free ride back to Arizona where you can answer to those charges. Now, like he said, they're willing to set you a bond. Now, it's going to be a high bond, but you got to get there first. And me, I just don't feel comfortable giving you a bond. I don't know you. I know you're telling me it's little bunnies jumping in the woods, but I really just don't know you. All I know is that there's a trail of destruction, and I don't want any more. That's it. Do you understand? Okay. So, I'm sorry, Shreya. I can't.
No worries, I just want to make sure there's nothing else you want the judge to know about bond before we discuss issues.
Now, if you're able to post bond, if you're able to get your family to post a bond in Arizona, then they can release this hold and then we'll let you out. But I don't know if that's going to happen, right? Arizona wants you there before they're going to set you bond, is what they've said. So, but you know, you never know until you try. The worst they can say is no. You have a lawyer, perhaps he can go get you a bond there. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck, Mr. King. Donnelly.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was cut off forever.
I know, I'm sorry. Again. Fritter, come on up. How are you, Mr. Fritter?
I'm okay.
What do we do?
There were bond conditions that he be tested on Tuesday, Thursday. We came.
It's too close.
Right, so we came Thursday last week, and they were taken off. So now he doesn't have any bond conditions of testing. That's what.
Okay, so we need to put him back on.
Back on,
Okay.
Monday, Thursday now.
So what's the matter, Mr. Fritter?
Monday I was supposed to have counseling, so that's why we were doing it on Tuesdays.
But the test was, no, I will figure it out. I got that.
Mr. Fritter, I still have to drug test you.
Yes, I know.
Okay. If you can show me after a while that you've got it under control, then we can modify it. But for now, I want to test you to make sure that you're not using.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, so we just need you to order.
We'll do the bond, so Monday, Thursday, and then the anger management classes, and that's it. Okay? When was the last time he tested? Thursday?
Thursday.
Okay, we're gonna send you now for one, and then we'll see you next week. We'll set him off to Monday for next week.
Monday?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Fritter, you all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, man. Have fun. Or he said he was using his. Okay, done. But
I also have Mr. Gonzalez Martinez. I'm sorry, not Gonzalez Martinez. Oscar Cruz Hernandez.
In custody on bond.
I'm bond judge.
Okay.
Judge, you ordered him to come as well for testing. He is not here today. I got a call from the mother saying that they were on their way to the hospital. His appearance was required today.
Ask him for proof on SFBF tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
You know, Abel, it's not the first time they've taken him to the hospital.
Yeah,
So maybe
he's
they
having-
truly
he is-
are.
he is having it.
And if he's really going to the hospital, I don't want to go this far. Right.
No, I'll look at
But,
that.
you know, even if they can, like, send them a picture of some kind of proof that he's been admitted or something, you know? She really seems concerned.
Right.
She seems like a good person. But he's done, totally. If you can file no contact and no weapons for now.
Your Honor, Mr. Osborne, I had a PCI agreement worked out back in February. He is a high school student. The phone number I had for him got disconnected. I couldn't reach him, which is why he ended up forfeited. I guess they picked him up where he lives now with his mother in Gregg County. He's a high school student. I'm just saying, like,
You have taken off on me 3 different times, Mr. Osborne. If you think that we are going to give you a PR bond, you are charged with assault bodily injury. You're facing a year in jail. You had an offer in this case where they were going to dismiss this case, and you have repeatedly taken off, not once, not twice, but thrice. I am not going to give you a PR bond, and we are taking you into custody now. Your bond is now set at 10,003 because of all the times that you have taken off. And I get that you're in high school, but the problem is that you have already taken off 3 times. If I let you go now, what does that tell you? What? It tells you that it's okay for you to do what you're doing and not to hold you accountable. And that's not what we do here. You need to understand that courts are here for a reason. We do court orders for a reason. And when you fail to comply, when you fail to show, there are real world consequences. And I don't know if you have anyone that's going to bond you out. If not, you will be stuck like Chuck with me until this thing is over with. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm not into this pleading guilty, time served just to get out, just to ruin your life. I'm not going to let you do that.
We accepted the PTI. The states said they would still do it. We accepted the PTI.
I get it, but I'm not letting him out.
I understand with
I
you.
mean, it's 3 times the case. How old is this case? It's a year old, and
You set your bond at 10,000, so you need to post 1,000 with the bond.
well, I don't know, because whatever they're going to charge you, I don't know. You're a flight risk. They may charge you more.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
I don't recall leaving 3 times.
You have a criminal case. You know that you are supposed to keep up with it. There's no out of sight, out of mind. You should have enough wherewithal to say, you know what? I haven't had court.
Oh, you don't do it for yourself yourself. This ain't the place where you ask questions, okay? All right.
You should have enough wherewithal to know, you know what? I have court and I haven't heard in a long time. What's going on? The only reason you are here now is because what happened?
Bonding companies attempting to get the case reinstated and or a new bond set for them. That's it. We wanted to let the court know it was our fault for not notifying him of
I'm
the
not
May
going to
setting.
follow the sword. It's not your
I
fault.
do understand. Yes.
You know, if it was one time, okay, but we have 3 different times. It's unacceptable. Okay.
If I may.
Sure.
He did miss court 3 times, but he missed the first one because I couldn't reach him because the phone number I had was disconnected. I reset it 2 more times to try to get in contact with him. So he didn't purposely miss 3 court dates, is because I couldn't, the phone number I had for him.
He
wasn't
knows he has court, Mr. Schofield.
I understand.
You know,
I'm just-
behavior has consequences. And now you're going to see that there are serious consequences to it. He goes with you. Guys, I'm not out for blood, but I want him to understand that we mean business. If he is unable to make a bond by tomorrow, then we can talk, and I'm happy to entertain perhaps something tomorrow. I get it that he's in high school, but I want him to understand that we mean business. And if I just let him go now, it's enabling him, and it's not a good thing. But I'm happy perhaps tomorrow, if he's unable to make bond, we can talk about a PR bond tomorrow.
Should we just set him for review for tomorrow?
He's going to come back tomorrow regardless because they'll auto-populate.
Okay.
Because that's what happens when we take someone into custody, they auto-populate for the next day. So we can talk about it tomorrow about, because I'm not going to let him plead guilty just to get out and just to get a conviction on his record. And I'm happy to do this, but I want him to understand that we mean business and we're not playing to games. So if he's still here tomorrow, we can talk about doing a PR bond and we'll let him try that. But I'm going to tell you now, he gets an ankle monitor, curfew, and I'm going to drug test him. And I'm going to be his dad. That's it. Okay. All right. Thank you. Today.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. Your Honor, I'm here on Mr. Timothy Akers. Mr. Akers was advised by you to go take a drug test. It's my understanding from talking to our pretrial services that Mr. Akers had tested positive for THC, alcohol, and
Oh, he tested positive for alcohol. Come up, Mr. Akers.
Akers.
You know, Mr. Akers, I was going to give you the benefit of the doubt as far as meth. Shh. Hey, we need to talk. As far as meth, cocaine, amphetamines, ecstasy, THC, I was going to give you the benefit of the doubt on all that. Because I know, because you tested positive just a couple days ago, that you were probably going to test positive today again. But alcohol is a different story. That doesn't stay in your system 2 days, 3 days. No, no. And I'm going to tell you now, Mr. Akers, the days of catch and release, done. Guess what happens now?
Thank you, Your Honor.
So I think that at this stage in the game, because we've had so many issues with Mr. Akers, I think probably a TRAS is what we need to do to figure out how we go forward here.
Yes, sir.
But I think that I'm going to do, Mr. Akers, I'm going to do everything in my power to help you. I know that you're not going to like it, and I know that you're going to go kicking and screaming, but I'm going to tell you now, that's it. It's done. And I'm not going to take anything because I want you to get the help that you need. You understand? Okay, goes with you. There's nothing, no justification you can get.
So 3 weeks for mitigation testing?
Good morning, Mr. Vidales.
Morning.
You know, believe it or not, we want to help you, but we need to have you evaluated. And every time we try to do that, you don't let them do it. The quicker way to get out is just talk to them. Let us know what's going on. And once that happens, we can work to try to get you released.
Now, I got my plans. I got like 1,000 deals going out of the free world. I got about 10,000 deals.
And I want to
out.
help you get to those deals, but can you help us with do the report?
I already did the report.
They said you wouldn't talk to them.
I did talk to them. They were asking me stupid Y98 questions, all types of stupid questions. I got 8 apartments. I got 8 bandos. I got 10,000 deals going on. I got all types of, I'm leaving Broadway. I'm not going back to no Broadway. I'm going to Honduras. I'm going to El Salvador. I'm going to Tokyo. Fuck Houston. I'm not staying in Houston. Houston is bullshit to me.
Oh, Houston's great. It's
Houston
hot.
is bullshit to me.
Why?
It's always been bullshit.
And I love my town. It's just too hot. But other
I'm
than
leaving
that,
it.
great.
So can you please just let me go?
If you talk to my,
I already talked to them. I did talk to them.
they told me you started acting up, then they couldn't talk to you because
Started
you,
asking me stupid. I'm gonna scare them back up again. I'm gonna scare them back again. I'm gonna scare them back again. I'm gonna tell them stop asking me stupid questions.
I mean, we're not gonna do anything until you talk to them.
That's a
people.
misdemeanor. That's a misdemeanor. Misdemeanor is 24 hours in jail. That's a ticket and a warrant.
How long you been in jail?
I've been in jail for 4 months. My charges are for 2
Was
weeks.
it 24 hours?
My charges are for 2 weeks in jail. Walgreens got their own policy.
Look, I want to help you out.
Walgreens got their own policy.
Talk to them.
If I steal $5 from Walgreens, that's ticket and a warrant.
Quit interrupting the judge. Listen to what he has to say.
Talk to them.
Talk to who? Right now?
The doctors that come to see you.
I'm starving at this point. I'm starving. I eat $150 a week. I'm only ordering 1 bag of coffee. I'm starving. You got me sitting down looking like an idiot, starving.
Look, no one's looking at you like that.
I'm the one who's starving at this point. I could eat 10 chicken soups and 10 bags of chips, cheese, and then a whole bunch of coffee and chips and sodas and then water. I'm starving at this point. I'm starving. You got me sitting like an idiot, starving.
If I get you the food, will you talk to the people?
Right now?
Well, it's going to take a bit of time.
gonna get me resetted again.
If you talk to them, we'll work to get you out. But be
I'm not
nice.
gonna talk to him. I'm refusing. I'm refusing.
And I'm gonna set your case for trial then. We'll go to trial. If you're found guilty, then we'll just do the DDRP.
For what? For a misdemeanor?
Yeah. You keep picking.
I'm not gonna even take it to trial.
I'm gonna put it to trial.
How are you gonna put a misdemeanor to trial?
Three cases, and we can do one after the other. And if you're found guilty, at that point, we'll just.
I'm gonna drop off there. I'm gonna act a fool. You can punch me down and put me back in.
Come on.
Come on, Mr. Baddow. Let's look at that. Come on.
All right. Go for the plus.
Here we go.
So the thought process was consider the TRAS was due to competency because maybe they can make a determination based upon the behavior or what they experience and when they do their evaluation.
Perhaps do it right after lunch. You know?
It's like how he's acting with you, he works with this.
Is he on his medication? Do you know if he's taking medication? Perhaps let's schedule it for a time where right after he takes the medication.
Schedule for competency or the TRAS?
Calm, yeah, no, not TRAS is just, right.
Yeah.
No. At this point, I'm with you on the comp. That's what we have to do. But you have to do it in a strategic way, right? When he's got a big belly, taking the medicine, and he's happy, that's when you do. 30 days, I guess.
Comp's been filed. Yeah, I filed that. As soon as we. Yeah, we filed that.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Triplett, come up.
More
I'm
Aaron?
gonna send her her test today. Good job being negative. Great.
Yes.
I'll make you a deal. You have three things left. You have a parenting class, gun safety class, and 100 hours of community service. If you get the gun class done and the parenting class done within the next 3 weeks, I'll kill all your community service hours. 100 hours I'll take away. You've done really, really well, and I'm really proud of you. Great job, staying clean, getting your stuff done. Wonderful, it's great, really. And I'll kill 100 hours. That's a lot of time that you would have to otherwise do, really. Great job. Just keep up the good work. It's great, you know? You have 1 week done, 1 week left of SOP, then you're done with that. And I'll make you a deal. When you're done with those 2 classes, I'll take you off probation. You're done. You'll be off paper, right? Get it done. Just those 2 classes left, finish that one thing. You know, can you get it done in 3 weeks?
Yes, sir. I have to pay $200 for this.
Okay.
This Friday.
Okay.
For the next Monday, and then that'll be complete with the payment. Then I have to log into the next class. And I take the gun safety class. It was only like 4 days long.
Okay. The minute you're done with both of those classes, I'll take you off. Community service, just, who cares? But yeah, make sure there are no fees too. Huh? All right, you're doing great. Just keep it up. You're in the home stretch. Okay, great job. All right, just hang tight. All right. Good morning, Mr. Roach.
Good morning.
How's jail?
Not so nice.
Good. That makes me very happy. The worse of an experience you have, the more likely that you'll have to finally listen.
Yes, sir.
Why did you miss court?
I was in Galveston County Jail.
For what?
Evading and resisting. I walked into a.
Facts of the case make no difference.
Yes, sir.
I need to know is why and why you keep picking up cases. Do you have a drug issue? Is that the problem?
No, sir. I am homeless.
Why?
Well, I'm on disability.
And
Tell me, where's mom and dad?
my dad lives in like Jackson with my stepmom. My mom lives in Lake City.
In League City?
Yes, yes, sir.
Why don't you live with either of them?
Well, I would if I could. I would like to.
Why not?
Maybe I could ask. I can go to my brother's house, I'm sure.
No, no. Why would you not live with mom or dad?
Because I'm 30 years old.
So, after law school, you know what I did? Went back and lived with my folks too. And I was, God, how long ago was it? Not too long ago, right? 20 years ago. God, it's been that 50
20
now.
years.
But I was in my mid-20s too, and I went back to live at home. There's nothing wrong with that.
So,
Or will they, I mean, the question is, will they let you live?
I think so, but I could ask, and maybe so. It's possible.
Because I'm going to tell you now, me, I'm not letting you out to live on the street.
Sir.
It's not going to happen because chances are you're going to do whatever you can to survive. And that means probably picking up another case. And it's not going to happen.
Sir.
Believe it or not, I want to help you as much as possible. And
Can I ask him one question without going into the details, just because I hate it? Tell me this. Are those Galveston cases still open or are they resolved?
They're open. I'm on a PR bond.
On both of them?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
how many cases does Mr. Roach have open?
That is what I'm looking for right now, Judge.
No. Until I know that he has stable housing, I'm not letting you out. You now know that no one in this world is going to bond you out. So when you go to jail, you are stuck like Chuck until someone either mysteriously and magically gives you a PR bond or you plead guilty. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm not going to let you just plead guilty to get out and ruin your life. It's not going to happen. We're going to do whatever we need to do so that you get your life straightened out. And if that means sticking you back there until we get to your folks or whoever it is, that's it. No more street living. That's it.
Your Honor, would you consider lowering his bond to around the same amount as the felony? So that if one of his family members does post bond and has to go through the bonding company, that they're not out, you know, hundreds of dollars?
I'm happy to do that. And I'm happy to set it at $100. But I want to know first that mom and dad or someone is going to have the wherewithal to let him come in. And so he has a stable place to stay. So I will do it, but I want to talk to folks first. And I think that what we can do is probably roll it to tomorrow. And then if you don't mind giving your numbers to Greg, and we can try to reach out to them to see who, hopefully someone is ready to take you. But street living, it's not going to happen, dude. And I'm going to tell you now, if we let you out and you get to your house, either mom, dad, brother, whoever it may be, is nice enough to take you in, and then you take off because you don't want to follow their rules, I'm not letting you street live. It's not going to happen.
Sir.
That's it. Typically, what I see is that people would rather party and live on the street than follow rules and get a job. Is that what the case is here, Mr. Roach? Then why live on the street?
No, because I don't even really want to explain no more. I think you know. It seems like you do. So I'm kind of going to talk about it respectfully.
And I'm going to tell you now, Mr. Roach, that you've been in and out of jail now here for about 2, maybe 3 years. And I'm going to tell you, in the blink of an eye, just quick, 15 years have passed. And then if you keep the hard living, you're going to look like a Quasimodo looking MF here. At 30, you're going to look like you're 71. No prospects. Okay. 41, looking like you're 82. Because the hard living, as you see, like those pictures, this is what you look like on meth after 15 years.
Or 15 years of process, huh?
Yeah.
Crooked process.
Are you blaming me?
Well, I don't know who you is.
Just my name right there.
I ain't choose this life. This life chose me.
Really?
Really? Really, really.
Okay, let's stop.
It's easy to change. Okay. The hard part is keeping the change. and I will help you as much as possible. But I'm gonna tell you now, I'm not throwing you out here and I'm not throwing you to wolves so that you can end up like that. And I don't care if you get mad at me, kicking, screaming, it makes no difference, but that's it.
Sir.
So
I want the flow.
you want to roll it tomorrow and see if you can reach out to someone to
Yeah, Bob,
see
yeah.
if they'll take?
I'm not sure I can make a phone call, but I know my brother let me live at his house.
Okay, I'll call your brother.
Okay.
Yes, we'll roll you tomorrow. I'll bring you
Okay.
back tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Thank
Judge.
you.
But if his brother's like him, you know, hopefully we can find, you
Let me
know,
talk to his brother, see if they're willing to bond tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, everybody.
Linda,
come up.
Step forward.
What? No, for real? What do you test positive for? You said everything?
Everything.
Stuff.
Yeah, bunch, a lot of stuff.
Test positive for?
Mr. Galindo.
Uh,
I have met ETG alcohol and amphetamines.
Yep, you said everything. That's right.
It's been a hard, it's a hard year. It was a hard year. Got out of jail in February. I lost my grandma. They're trying to sell the house. That's why they put cases on me. They offered me 30,000. I didn't take them because where am I gonna live? So I don't know. It's been a hard year, man.
But it's really not though. It's mind over matter, Mr. Galindo. Mind over matter. You should be able to overcome these things and not have to always turn into dope. You know, you have issues, if you're stressed out, if you're having a bad time in life, running to dope, that's not the way. You find another outlet, like working out, running, you know, boxing, playing bat, anything is better than doing this. You can, look at you now, man. I could tell the moment you came up here, I knew something was up. You know what I have to do now, right? What do I got to do now? What?
I don't know.
You staying with me?
What is it?
You staying with me?
Where? Oh,
Jail.
jail? Well, I don't care about no jail. I lost my grandma. I don't care about no jail.
Why?
I don't.
You should.
I don't, sir. I lost my grandma. I'm telling you, trying to tell you how I ain't really care.
Who else do you have
I
in your
just
life?
think- I got my sister.
Well, then that's something to.
I got my sister straight up.
Isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't really care about the jail. I lost my grandma. So. Any other shit is irrelevant. Irrelevant.
Do you think that your sister would be proud right now?
I already told her. She's mad.
Right.
But
And she should be, because that's next time when you're in this, you think of your sister. Hey, if I do this, would my sister be proud of me? Would she be upset? That's what you need to think about.
Yeah, it was too much for me. Can I go now?
I'll take you now. Hey, I'm gonna wish you good luck on the next 2 to 3 days because coming down. So good luck, Mr. Galindo.
Judge, we had him set for the 24th. Should we keep that date? Or do we need to do a bond review or get a bond set?
No, so the felony is set for
I think it's the 23rd.
23. I mean, do you want to do the day after?
Yeah, I think we already have it set on the 24th.
Yeah, I mean, keep it and then.
Okay, we'll just keep that.
Bond's 3,000 now.
Okay.
I'm gonna double it. 6,001. And then if he bonds out, we'll do the same type of conditions. I don't know if he's gonna bond out or not, but if so, I'm gonna put a whole host on. And drug treatment will be one of them.
Okay.
Okay, thanks you.
All right, thanks, Judge. Yes,
Take care.
you too.
Thank you.
Yes. Shreya, on Miles, we're still doing no contact, right?
I respect you want.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we sign it.
Well, we're taking off the residential restriction, but we're leaving in the no contact order because
On the MOA?
on the MOA,
I
yeah.
thought it was no threatening the rest on a MOA.
I don't know what she wants. Like, they haven't ripped it
Oh, that's
until,
okay.
until I know,
Okay, that's fine.
right. If at a later date, you tell me that they've ripped it and she's okay with having contact, then I'm
with no
okay.
contact. I just don't know what.
Right, and she's in California anyway,
Yes.
so,
So it's the address, right?
yeah.
Yes.
Hi, Josh, who do we have?
Salguero.
Good morning, Mr. Salguero. Mr. Salguero, you're charged with burglary of a motor vehicle. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. What have you guys worked out?
It's a time served. He was sentenced to 2 TDC on his felony revocation. Essentially.
Had a lot of trouble getting a hold of you, Mr. Salguero. You pick up cases and you never come to court. I had one bond at 15,005 because you repeatedly failed to show up. The only advice I'm going to give you now is you're headed to prison. From now on, you are nearly what's called a true habitual. When you have 2 pen trips, you're labeled a true habitual. Is this 1 or 2 for you? Pen trips.
First time, sir.
Okay, from now on, anytime you pick up a serious felony, you're looking at a minimum of 15 years to life. So I would be very careful what you do, because like I said, when you're labeled a true habitual, you're looking at a minimum of 25 years to life when you pick up a serious felony. So when you get out of prison, wash that jail funk off and be good. It's not hard. Is it the DWI? Is that what he's going to prison for? Such a stupid crime. All you have to do is push a button, $20, anywhere you want to go. And now, just keep that in mind next time, you know? You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, you can never change this. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense, or guilty or not guilty? One more thing I'm going to advise you on. You live in Texas. People like their guns and they like their cars. And I cannot tell you how many times we've had someone who's had this same charge where they've gotten shot. Careful. Next time, you may very well end up with a hole in your stomach. Good luck. Okay.
I also had a Mr. Bale online.
Are we gonna do that, please?
Can you give me 1 second so we can knock out Mr. Roach real quick and then you do that?
Yeah, sorry, Josh, let me just do this real quick. Hi, Mr. Roach, how are you? Good, thanks. So your lawyer, much to my reluctance, has convinced me to set your bond at $500. And I'm doing it for one reason only, because I want you to get the help that you need. And so I'm going to put a monitor on your ankle so I know where you are. And we're wanting you to go to the Gulf Coast Center to get that help. If you fail to do it, I'm making it a condition of your bond. So if you don't go and you just blow us off and you take off, I'm going to revoke the bond and I'm not going to play this game with you again. This is not going to happen. This is so that you get the help that you need. Do you understand? I'm not going to warn you again and I'm not going to play this game again. Okay, great.
Thank you.
Done. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Roach, make us proud, man. Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to make sure.
501. Say it again? Yeah. All right, Mr. Bale, so you're charged with two cases. You're charged with failure to identify oneself to a peace officer and criminal mischief. On which? On which case though? The failure to ID or the?
No, that is the plea.
Okay, that's a great deal. I hope you appreciate it, man, because I'm telling you, if you pick up a criminal mischief and then you plead guilty to it, they can come around, turn around and sue you and say, he pled to this criminal mischief. I'm gonna sue him so that they can fix whatever he broke. You gotta be careful what you do in life because you never know when someone's gonna come around and sue you to take everything you've got. Know what I mean? So as part of the agreement, you're pleading guilty to the failure to ID. They're going to dismiss the criminal mischief. You're giving up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this. It'll go on your record. You also need to understand, Mr. Bale, that from now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any cases that you pick up. 90 minimum. Do you understand? Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense, sir? How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty? Are you guilty of the offense? All right, I'll find you guilty. I'll send you to good luck to you, sir. Okay, thanks, Josh.
Mr. Roy.
Ms. Collins?
Lori, what was his last name again? Mr. Roy. How's jail? So you're charged with the criminal mischief and self-control. You know you're on felony probation for something that could land you in prison for 10 years. Have you been to prison before? How many times you been to prison? Anytime you do something where you can get charged with a serious felony, you're looking at a minimum of 15 years. 15 years. Now you're on a serious ass probation and self-control, picked up a criminal mission. Lori's asking me to let you out, but how do I know it's not going to happen again? What's the mischief about? Is it family or something?
His sister lives in Section 8 housing. There was an issue between the sister and his family about where his wallet was. They got into an argument. He finds his wallet in the backyard. Then the police come because he was trying to ask the sister, where is the wallet? The sister says she leaves, then comes back, and there is damage into an iPad and a wall in the Section 8 house.
Where's he gonna go?
He doesn't live there. He stays someplace else with his grandmother, I believe.
Yes, sir.
And he works a job.
Does grandmother want him to stay there?
Yeah, he's been on there since his probation. He's been on probation for 3 years without having any problems, getting ready to graduate from
Is
university.
that right? You've been on probation for 3 years, no problems?
2 years, yes, sir. No problem. Been in school, been working the whole time. No problem.
It says here in 22 that he went to an intermediate sanctioned facility, so he's had at least one ding. Now this is two. In 22, you were ordered to
Go to ISF.
ISF, so that's at least one ding. Now this is two.
That was part of the probation program. When I signed for probation, they gave me ISF. And once I completed ISF, I came home and was on probation. It was all part of the program.
Okay, I'm not giving you another chance though. If I find that you start acting a fool in the free world, that's it. I'm not gonna play this game with you again. You pick up another case, you start violating conditions, because I don't want you to talk to your sister. No talking to the sister, no going to the house, nothing. Is that?
Yes, sir. That's fine.
Weapons.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you're so close, you know, I would venture to guess that if you, do you have everything done in the felony case?
Everything on your probation, are you?
Is it done? What do you got left?
The pay fees, all that, they told me I'd be off in 2, but I'm just waiting for them to like let me off. I paid all my fees, been going to school, no dirty USO.
Do you have all the conditions fulfilled?
Yes, sir. All of them fulfilled.
So maybe they'll take you off.
Maybe they can early terminate you.
Yeah, that's what I've been hoping for this all this time. That's what I've been hoping for.
All right, Lori, we'll
Thank you,
give him a
Judge.
PR bond, no contact with his sister, no going to where she lives, no new cases, no dope, no alcohol.
Yes, sir.
Which is, you're not supposed to be doing that anyways. I'm not giving you another one. All right, Mr. Roy, good luck, bud. Okay. Okay.
This is Mr. Gracie, Your Honor. Is it GA or?
G,
It's pronounced Docket.
okay.
So it should.
It's on the bond
probably
docket, right?
GR. Yeah, it's on the bond docket.
All right, good morning, Mr. Grasse. Sir, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. The reason that we took you into custody now is because you have an open felony warrant. Give me one second. Hold on, let me see. I don't even know what it is. Okay, so you have an open fraudulent use or possession of identifying information less than 5 items. Right now, it's an open warrant and there's no bond that's set, so I can't let you go. If I let you go now, not only would I get in trouble, but both of them would get in trouble as well. When you have an open felony warrant, we're not allowed to let you go.
Monday was the court case for that, and I came to court with my attorney. They told me that it was going to be thrown out for no probable cause, and I was free to go, and they would send it to the grand jury, and the grand jury would issue a warrant for my arrest. And at that time, I would possibly go through another case and get indicted.
He's right.
I understand that, but it actually has it down as a failure to appear on the 7th, and it was verified as a good warrant. Yes.
My attorney was with me as well.
So I don't even have a listed attorney here. Who is it?
CEO Swisher.
I don't know if I have her name.
So I want to say it's out of the 178th. Oh, 248.
Yes, sir.
The 178th.
Yeah.
And I believe it's other things.
So I'll let you, when we take you back there, I'll let you, do you have her phone number? I'll let you make a phone call to her to see what can happen. But when there's a felony warrant, I can't let you go. I see that they found no probable cause, and I don't understand why the warrant is still active. I have no idea. You know, typically when like a judge finds no probable cause, a judge still has to sign a motion to dismiss, and that would end the case. Here, I see.
Order in the court.
If the magistrate found no probable cause, but I don't see a dismissal, and that may be, I don't know. We'll let you reach out to Ms. Swisher, and then hopefully she can advise you of more. So we're gonna do probable cause in this case. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Okay.
So record 24, officer observed a red Tesla Model S fail to stop for a stop sign at the intersection of the 5000 block of Holly Street and South Rice Avenue. Officer initiated a traffic stop and the vehicle quickly accelerated into the parking lot of Bel Air High School where the vehicle came to a park. The defendant exited the vehicle and began moving quickly toward the school. Officer tried to block the defendant's entry into the school to further conduct the traffic stop. The defendant was immediately uncooperative and repeatedly claimed he did not know what a traffic stop was. Officer asked for an ID multiple times, but the defendant kept saying he forgot his ID. The defendant stated he did not have a Texas driver's license, but had one from North Carolina. The defendant was placed into custody for traffic violations. The defendant's wallet was removed from his pocket and checked for an ID. Defendant's North Carolina ID was located in the wallet along with a social security card bearing his name and a second social security card with the same name, but with a different SSN. During an inventory of the vehicle, officer located in the center console a Glock 9mm semi-automatic pistol, which was reported stolen out of North Carolina. On the floorboard behind the driver's seat, officer located approximately 0.5 grams of marijuana. Later in the investigation, it was determined the defendant also does have a Texas driver's license.
Is it possible? Licenses from multiple states?
Not supposed to. You're supposed to surrender your out-of-state license when you get a Texas one.
You can have multiple licenses.
It's after 90 days of residing in the current state, you have to dump the other license.
Correct.
I thought it was 2 weeks.
No, it's 90 days.
90 days.
Did they change it?
Yeah, they must have, because when I moved here, the same thing happened. I saw a letter that told me I have 90 days to surrender. Yeah.
This is Mr. Grasset.
Is he on the docket, Judge?
Yeah.
Yes.
GRAI. What's weird is that it looks like the 248 found no probable cause, but there's still an open felony warrant. That
Yeah, it looks like it was direct indicted 2 days ago, Judge.
I don't think I've ever seen it go that quick.
It looks like the prosecutor may have already had a grand jury day. They just said, I'll just add the case. Yeah.
That's
Pay
why.
attention to the judge, not the
Indicted.
computer.
That's why.
Could you explain
Judge,
that to me?
did you need me to?
Yeah, please. I'll have your lawyer explain it to you, okay? Because I got a bunch of people waiting. But it's a good warrant. That's all I'm gonna tell you. It's a good warrant. I am gonna find probable cause in our case here, okay? I want you to understand, do you have a Texas driver license? Okay, you're not allowed to drive. I'm making that a condition of your bond. Unless you have a Texas driver license and liability insurance, you're not allowed to drive. I'm gonna have you sign an affidavit promising me you're not gonna drive. I assume that you're gonna get out, right? You have made bond in our case. As soon as Ms. Swisher gets up there, I'm sure they'll get you a bond and you'll be able to bond out in felony case, but don't just start driving. If you wanna drive, go get a license, get liability insurance, come back to me, show me, and then I'll take the restriction off. The only other condition I'm gonna put on you at this time is don't have any weapons, okay? As long as you can abide by these conditions, you'll be fine with me. I'm gonna appoint you a lawyer now. If Ms. Swisher at a later time decides to sign on to the case, great, but we'll give you a lawyer for now, and then you can also explain what's going on to that lawyer now.
Am I still able to explain to Ms. Fisher?
Yes, yeah, I mean, we'll take him back now and I'll give you time to make a phone call, absolutely. Do you have any questions?
May I ask, why are you finding probable cause?
The gun is stolen. That's what. Alleged.
And may I ask one more question?
Sure.
You all said that it was moved to grand jury 2 days ago. Is that the time that the warrant was issued, or was the warrant issued following the court?
So what happens typically is as soon as a grand jury indicts a case, that it simultaneously issues a warrant at that time as well. So what they do is they'll typically have around at least 9 to 12 independent people listen to the facts of the case and decide whether there's enough probable cause. Just because one judge finds no probable cause, they can still take it to a grand jury and have it indicted. That's what they've done. And they do it to me too. Like, I'll find no probable cause in a case. If they disagree with it, they take it to a grand jury and still have it indicted. So just because I found no probable cause, that's not the answer. Okay. Okay. All right. Good luck, Mr. Grasse. And well, can you file?
No weapons and what else?
No
Judge?
weapons and no driving.
Judge.
Thanks. John Paul,
Good morning, Judge. Good afternoon.
how are you?
I'm good, Judge.
Come on, Mr. Man.
Judge, on this one, yesterday I had zoomed in and got the court's permission for us to have this setting on Monday because
Oh, that's right. I remember.
I'm at the CLE and I'm about to run back in.
Oh, that's right. We had rolled this over to, hey, we had rolled this to Monday because he couldn't be here. Cedillo couldn't be here. That's why. On Mr. Mann. That's right. No, I remember that. No. I guess you were, were you supposed to email Victoria?
I did, Judge, yesterday.
She didn't get one.
I have been having it in my emails, Judge. I apologize. I showed up this morning to try and reconfirm it, but
Well, look, let's finish this real quick because and we'll get you out of here. All I have is, huh?
Okay.
Mr. Mann has bond violations. Am I right?
Yes, Judge, but given the nature of the bond violation, I very much wanted to be there to speak to him and speak to the court.
He tested positive for methamphetamine, John.
Yes, Judge, that's why I would like to be there to address it.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm not letting him go. He tested positive for meth. His case is 1,300 days old. Am I right?
Yes, Judge, I believe so.
No, I'm sorry. As much as I love you, John, he's testing positive for meth. It's 1,341 days old. We give you multiple chances, and now you're testing positive for meth. And no,
Sir,
I'm sorry.
I can't even explain that to say that. I just came to court, my bills long, told me I had to come, and I didn't want to play with you at all.
Look, I don't want you to say anything without your lawyer being present. I can have him reach out to you in the back we can always roll it to Monday too, and we can talk about it then. But when do we say when, Mr. Mann?
Yes, I hear you, sir. I understand everything that you're not trying to know, sir. I understand. I don't have an explanation for you.
John,
Can we keep him on for Monday, Judge?
Absolutely, of course.
I understand the
Of course.
revocation, Your Honor, but if I can
Yes.
address him Monday.
Absolutely. We'll talk Monday then.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
Okay, bud. All right. Thank you for coming.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Yeah.
Hey, Judge, I'm so sorry. I just saw this appointment on Lorenzo Grace.
Gracie. Oh, they sent him down because it's late.
I'm sorry, I just
It's
saw it.
okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. He's gonna auto-populate on Monday. So what happened with Mr. Gracie is,
Judge, we do still have him, sorry.
okay. So he's on bond. So basically, the state's already gone as well, Shreya. So, I can't really talk.
Yeah, that's okay. I tried to call the holdover, but it oddly enough goes to some PD's number.
Oh, great. You're still here. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay, good. Sorry. Just give me 2 minutes, please. So Shreya just got here for Mr. Gracie. So essentially what happened is gets pulled over. I think it was marijuana smoke, or doesn't have a front license plate, weed car smell. So they go through the stuff, they find a stolen gun.
He also, in his wallet, has multiple licenses. So they end up charging him with the felony fraud. For some reason, the magistrate found no PC on the felony case. Yeah, I don't know, right? But he found, or she, I don't know who it was, right? They find no PC. And then literally 2 days later, they take it to a grand jury to get indicted. And so.
I have a child.
Okay, hold on. So this is the lawyer that we
Oh,
appointed.
it's the warrant, so I'm guessing that we're taking him in on the warrant.
We're taking him in on a felony warrant, correct? He's on bond in our
Yes, I see
unlawful
that.
point of the case. And so,
Okay,
with our case, I ordered him not to drive because he doesn't have a valid Texas driver license. I also ordered him not to have any possession of any weapons. I told him that we were gonna take him in, and he has a lawyer up there, he said, of Cheryl Swisher, but I don't see that she's filed any documents in the felony court, so I don't know.
I don't see any attachment on the felony case either.
Did you reach out to her?
I just spoke with her. She's currently out of town. She won't be back in town until Monday.
Okay, so unfortunately, you're gonna have to sit till Monday. On Monday, she'll be able to go up there, try to talk to them to get you a bond or whatnot.
Would the magistrate give me a bond? You think at PC court?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to tell you when, I just don't know. Because you've already, typically you go in front of a magistrate when you've not been in front of a judge before. So my inkling is no, that you'll have to wait till Monday. But I mean, stranger things have happened in this life. We are going to give you a reset. The reset will have Shreya's number on it so that when you do get out, you can remain in contact with her. Like I said, don't take off on us, because I'm not going to give you another PR bond. You take off or you violate conditions.
Can I just get a quick phone number for him?
I'm on a Zoom live stream, so it's not.
Oh, yes, okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'll check his bond paperwork and then I'll look it up and he'll
I'll
have
tell you
my
what,
number.
here, let's do this. Do you mind writing your phone number? Do you have a cell phone? Okay, write it here, and then I'm gonna chat it to Shreya. Well, hold on, hey,
The
hey.
mic is, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Here,
fine.
go ahead. If you can.
We just don't want the entire world to have your number, that's it. Of all 2 people that are probably.
Every one of mine is a question.
Victoria, do you wanna
Make
put
you
him
famous.
on for Tuesday
What
so
was
that
that? Young Guns? Remember Young Guns?
Yes.
Make you famous.
felony can get him Monday that way?
Okay, sounds good.
Hold on, Shreya, hold on.
Okay.
Okay, I've given her your phone number. She will get in contact with you between now and Monday. If not, then on Monday. And then we'll see you then. You'll probably hit felony court on Monday, so we'll probably see you on Tuesday, and then you'll be able to bond out after they get your bond set.
There's no any kind of circumstance I could speak with someone if I have a child.
I can make you make a phone call back there now. You know, I mean, you got a felony warrant. There's not much that I can do. You know, I can't let you leave. I would get in trouble, and I already have enough trouble in my life and enough drama. I really don't want to. So, okay, Shreya, anything else?
No, that's it, Judge, and I'll follow up with Cheryl Swisher today.
Okay, guys. All right, take care, Mr. Gracie.
Thank you so much.
See you soon.
Thanks, Judge.
Thanks. Are we done? Great.
Like the judge said, we are done. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this little hangout, this type of little court review, we do this every Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, whatever that equivocates to you, your local time zone area. If you want to see more stuff like this, but with Judge Manning, come by on Mondays. I do it at 7 p.m. on Monday. I do a little bit of a live stream where we watch some Manning. this week with Manning. Just want to let you know, might be lean, so we might have some extra stuff to watch that's not Manning style. So we'll just see how that works out. But hey guys, I really appreciate everybody coming out. The chat's been great today. It's been fun. We had a lot of little sci-fi Dune chat, a little side sci-fi chat going on there. That was real interesting. I love my my Dune fans out there with me. I'm a huge sci-fi fan personally. We're not redirecting to anybody today, so this is the end of the show. We're gonna call it here, calling it quits. Appreciate everybody coming out. I've been your curator this morning. Today, I'll be here all week long, offering you some videos on demand, and I'll be back here, same wolf time, same wolf channel, next week. We'll see what we have going on. Peace out, guys.